Take a look at this coin. Millions of people wake up every single morning dreaming of a better life, yet 20 years later, their finances look exactly the same. They want more, but their wealth crumbles to ash, while others watch theirs multiply. Imagine two men, Rahul and Aman. They are exactly the same age and bring home the exact same salary every month. But zoom out 5 years, and Rahul is heavily in debt, while Aman has built a growing investment portfolio. Luck and salary are the variables most people blame, but the actual divergence happens in the split-second decisions made at the grocery store, the car dealership, and the bank. They live in the same city, but they are operating on two different sets of internal protocols. To escape this cycle of stagnation, you have to audit your own mind. There are 10 specific mental traps, grouped into 3 fatal illusions that secretly drain your resources before you even realize they are gone. The strongest prison keeping people poor is built entirely inside the mind. True wealth must be established as a psychological habit before the first dollar ever reaches your account. This brings us to the first illusion, the illusion of wealth, driven by trap number 4, the salary illusion. Look at this diagram. If you have a massive bucket with 100 holes in it, a heavy stream of water just speeds up the flow of waste. Earning a massive salary with terrible spending habits drains right out, while a small, solid steel cup catches every single drop. Those holes in the bucket are created by trap 1, the desire to look rich, and trap 3, the happiness trap. When you buy expensive liabilities and status symbols to self-medicate your stress, the holes actually expand. You feed your ego, but completely empty your wallet. This rapid drain is accelerated by trap 2, frictionless spending. Every time you tap a digital wallet or click Buy Now, you bypass a psychological trigger called the pain of paying. Without that physical sensation of handing over cash, it becomes dangerously easy to lose track of where your wealth is going. Notice the careful handwritten entries in this century-old Japanese ledger. This is kakebo. By forcing practitioners to physically write down every single expense, it deliberately reintroduces the psychological friction that digital spending erased. If you do not intentionally build friction into your own habits, the modern consumer economy will quietly and efficiently extract every dollar you earn. Next is the illusion of progress, beginning with trap 5, trading time for money. If you only ever ask how to work harder, you hit a hard ceiling. The wealthy focus on building systems and leverage so their time multiplies. But leverage requires focus, bringing us to trap 6, the distraction trap. The first 90 minutes after you wake up, the control window, is when your brain is in its most programmable state and your willpower is at its peak. When you spend that window checking notifications, you surrender your highest value attention to someone else's agenda. You trade long-term progress for a short-term hit of dopamine. That daily surrender feeds directly into trap 7, waiting for the perfect time. The idea that you will start your project or fix your finances someday paralyzes you into total inaction while you wait for ideal conditions that will never arrive. The fix is simple. Dedicate exactly 1 quiet, uninterrupted hour to your future every single day. Those small, concentrated actions compound over years, quietly defeating decades of wishing and failing. Time is the only asset you can never earn back. Mismanage your daily routine, and you guarantee that you will spend your entire life executing the plans of people who manage theirs better. The final mental prison is the illusion of reality. Trap 8 is the failure trap. Ordinary people view a failed attempt as a permanent defeat. Billionaires view it simply as necessary data collection to refine their next move. Then there is trap 10, the fairness lie. We are taught as children that the world rewards pure hard work and rule following. But if that were true, the hardest workers in the world would also be the wealthiest. In reality, the market rewards those who position themselves where leverage is highest. Following the rules of the crowd often keeps you within the crowd's limited results. This creates trap 9, the approval trap. People buy cars they can't afford and stay in careers they hate because they fear the judgment of peers who are also struggling. This need to be liked is a financial liability. Niccolò Machiavelli observed that most people are ready to be deceived by appearances. He argued that leaders who prioritize being liked over being effective eventually lose their position. When you apply this to finance, seeking the crowd's approval is the quickest path to staying exactly where they are. Accepting reality exactly as it is, strategic, competitive, and driven by results rather than sentiment, is the prerequisite to moving beyond a survival-based mindset. These 10 traps share a single thread. They are biological bugs in our psychology, tricking the brain into choosing the temporary comfort of today over the lasting freedom of tomorrow. The antidote is a life of deep intentionality. It requires the mindful tracking of a Kakebo practitioner, the daily discipline of the 1-hour rule, and the leverage-focused mindset of a billionaire. Escaping financial stagnation does not mean you have to double your salary overnight. It only requires identifying and breaking just one of these psychological traps today. Wealth always begins as an architecture in the mind, long before it ever materializes in a bank account. The only question left is, which trap will you destroy first?